What's up, guys? Surge Garage here. Another video for you guys. We're going to be doing an install today on the Lowrider S. We're going to be doing a backrest and an engine guard. I do wish that I had that engine guard on there when I dropped the video, bike night video. If you guys haven't seen that, go on to the channel and take a look at it. It was a silly mistake that would have prevented the very minor damage that did happen to the bike. But here's the kits that we're going to be installing today. It is a nice little backrest. These are off of Amazon. I couldn't find a good brand one that I liked the design of. I am a big fan of this pointy style. It's a smaller backrest, but when it sits on there, it should be plenty for my girlfriend. And the crash guard is a pretty solid one, also off of Amazon. It's a Mokit Dora. I read on Reddit that it was a rather good brand, despite being cheap Amazon Chinese stuff.
I like that this has the removable ends on it. So if you ever do go down,
I'll be able to replace it.
Be able to replace it pretty easily without having to replace the entire crash bar. That's pretty cool.
And the backrest does come with a quick disconnect.
Oh, sick.
So if for some reason it's in the way, just pop it off and it just has these studs on there. We got some instructions for both of them, and we're gonna cut to it and start installing these. Thanks for following along, guys.
Don't hate on the Amazon backrest and crash bar. All right.
Pretty solid for the price.
Pretty solid for the price. We're balling on a budget.
Balling on a budget. We'll upgrade these if they seem too flimsy, but the quality seems really good. There's not many blemishes or anything. I'm happy with it for what it costed and what it is. And especially, like I said, the design. Couldn't find this design on any name brand stuff.
Honestly, dude, I mean, like, the build quality, it looks pretty good. Like,
Feels
if you were to tell me this was like a Dominator backrest, I would believe you, because this shit looks
welds are
legit.
clean. Everything is very well done on both of these.
Yeah, definitely recommend if you're balling on a budget like we are.
We're gonna start with doing the backrest onto the Sissy bar. Just a 4mm Allen head screw. Pull it off, comes pre-installed. And then just go from the back here, put your screw in, your spacer, find the hole. Wish Cav Dog had a light instead of just a camera, so I can tell him to hold it straight. But nice and snug. Don't want to over tighten these. These are a small thread. You don't want to strip anything out.
Chinese bolts.
Chinese bolts
Tend to strip out pretty easily too.
The Chinesium. So. Then we're going to move on to a 5mm Allen bolt. That's going to hold our brackets onto our bar. Now, just take a quick look at these. Not sure which side goes out. If it doesn't say, you can take a guess. We're just going to put the ugly metal part to the inside, keep it nice and clean. That makes sense to me.
Yep, I would agree.
So I can quit dropping stuff. These bolts do not have any Loctite or anything like that on them. I'll be keeping an eye, making sure they don't back out, but they do have paint, so that'll probably work just as good. Nice and snug. And do the other side real quick, and then we'll go back with the hand ratchet just to torque it to the click of my elbow. That is the only torque spec that I follow, unless I'm doing something important like heads or anything that actually matters. But a lot of people are like, "Oh, torque specs matter." Yeah, sure. Once you do it long enough, you're gonna get a feel for it. Right. These are Harbor Freight hand ratchet.
Harbor Freight electric ratchets too.
Yes, sir.
God damn, I'm dropping shit over here. My bad.
All right. Step one of the Sissy bar install is complete. Very easy, very self-explanatory. Few bolts, 5 total, and now we got to mount up the mounting brackets. Those do come. We have these pucks here to mount them. They're different styled, and then these do have blue Loctite on the bolts that hold them. I do like that these bolts are black. They're Allen head. It's going to replace these chrome torque sockets. So we'll get these two off, get those mounted, and bolt it up. Harbor Freight ratchet. And you're not supposed to break anything loose with these, but like with the motor side of it. So break loose, pull it out. Nothing should be coming out the backside. We'll see if it drops a whole bracket when I take the second one off. A lot of dust. Had to ride home in the rain yesterday. So let me work around to this other side here. Break it loose and pull it out. These from factory do also have blue Loctite on them. All right, guys. So our bracket fell off camera, but you do want to make sure that you have these set screws sticking in. They guide into your bracket, and then once they're in there, you're able to pull your screws through. So the smaller one, smaller spacing here, has your bushing for your quick connect. Goes onto there. Hand tight. For now, that's as much as we're getting because it has Loctite on it. And then bigger one goes on the front. And just because these have Loctite, want to run a few threads by hand, just to make sure we're not cross-threading it. Cool. Get in there. Cool. Got a few threads on there. Yeah. Grab our Bauer ratchet. The paint makes these fit on there. Nice and snug. Give me my socket back. Thank you. Nice and snug. Grab some more hardware and head over to the other side. Had already done that one off camera because that's how we found out that our pad was on there backwards. All right. Now let's get a little bit of this grease off our hands and throw that Sissy bar on there. It's supposed to be a quick connect, quick disconnect. Should be fairly simple. Line those up, kind of push them in a bit. Set them on there. Oh, guys, look at Kevlar. Smarticles. Nice. Just clips in there, nice and secure. And there we go.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Nice.
That looks nice.
Sexy bike.
Grab a little bit of our clean and spray. Wipe down all the smudges and whatnot that you get from working on stuff. just that alone, I feel like significantly changes the look of the bike. I know I mentioned it in another video. My girlfriend was not at all happy with this seat. We do have another seat on the way. It's about 20 days out from being here. It takes them 30 or so days to make them and ship it. So it is a custom made seat. It is by a very good seat brand. I hope they sponsor me. Already bought their product twice. But yeah, I want to hop on there and see how it feels. Not like I'll ever be riding passenger on my own bike, but you want to see. Oh, that's gonna be usually kick my leg over.
Yeah.
I gotta put it up over this way, and that's nice. I like where it sits in my back. Feels nice and sturdy. Can back up against it, and yeah, my girl should love this. Hope she does at least, anyways.
Well, she doesn't have much of a choice.
No, she does not. All right. Just makes it look more badass.
More badass is muy bueno.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, let's get on over to the engine guard. Alright guys, with the Sissy bar backrest installed, we're going to move on to the engine guard. We have some hardware, I'm guessing longer bolts, just to compensate for the space of this crash guard. And where it mounts up, it's about 3/16 thick. Not bad. Feels pretty solid. Little wobbly there, but solid overall. Our table's not straight, so we're going to start with removing all the stuff that is in the way. From the look of that crash bar, we're going to have to mount it on all these bolts down here. Shout out for that St. Christopher Gremlin bell that my girlfriend got me. Very cool. Now, I definitely know that these have a torque spec. Don't ask me what it is. I have no idea what it is. Thanks for the catch, Kev. Just gonna flop that down there. Going to keep trying to just let everything hang out down here. Nice and out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4 holes here, and a fifth one right there. Get our little clip tool. So these clips here are just your Christmas tree clips, but since it has threads, you can twist them out if you can grab it, which I'm having a pretty hard time right now. Just kind of got it pry into there that little bit. Get it lifted up enough. And then now they would just twist it out of there. Hard part is just grabbing it. We have a bunch of oil here. This is from that stuff I mentioned earlier when the bike first got delivered. It was over full on oil, so I puked a bunch out of the intake. So since we're here, I'm going to grab a rag real quick and kind of wipe that off. Just try to clean it up a bit. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just don't want it all grimy for no reason. This isn't something that I would have taken the bike apart to clean. But since we're here, I'm not going to leave it. And there we are. So now we got access to our 5 bolt holes, and then we are going to move to the other side of the engine and to the top side of the forks. So since I have the tools for it, let's move to the other side of the engine first. So we're gonna have more clips to take off. I am gonna hold off on those till we see where it mounts up, see which ones we're gonna need. From the look of it, there's a total of 4 bolts, and the engine guard has 4 bolts. So we will most likely be needing all of them. So we should even have enough space with these bolts to hold the engine guard. So let's take a look and see what we're working with. Put this up and out of the way. And got the tools handy for the 2 top mount bolts, which are just right here. Kevin's got the good angle for the camera, so I have a bad angle for removing these. Just hope the engine doesn't shift. These are 14 millimeters. Might be whatever equivalent it is in American, but I usually just use metric for everything. All right, with that out of the way, gonna get to these 2. I'm probably gonna cut this part out because it is embarrassing. Guys, we're going back to installing the crash bar. I got some foam out of the packaging just to be able to set it on the ground and not scratch it. Which is ironic because it is an engine guard. This is the part that you want to scratch. Just don't feel like scratching it when it's new. So we kind of get over there to the outside. Pop this up on the inside there. Are we good on that side, Kev?
Yes, we are.
Cool. And then just gonna hand tight screw these bolts into place just to hold it for a bit. I'll be able to work on both sides and then tighten everything down at the end. I will be using just a drop of red Loctite because at the end of the day, it is a Harley and it is going to try to shake itself apart. But for now, let's take a look at those screw holes and make sure everything's aligned. So that should be as aligned as it's going to get. Gonna have to make sure we have 1, 2, 3 screws perfectly aligned. Might take some persuasion, but we'll make it work. It is interesting.
Oh,
Chinese.
We'll make it work.
All right, let's start on the other side. Seems easier. So these 4 are going to be the 4 for the feet supports. We have 3 smaller ones. Those are going to be the 3 that have nothing in them. And then this one's going to be probably the one for the brake. Makes sense to me. And let's compare that with the stocks. We do get a good amount of extra reach. So I think we will be using the new ones. A washer in them. Pull this back over. All right, guys, so just wanted to show you, we ended up running a center punch, kind of marking where it needed to be because this hole would not line up. This is on the right side of the bike. We ran a drill, drilled it out, and then we ran a file to kind of smooth those edges out. Hopefully this will let it fit. We were able to fit this bolt on, and the other 3 looked good. Just this one was way off. Not sure if it's a design flaw or most likely a manufacturing flaw. Like I said, this is a cheaper brand. So other than that, that was the only thing that we saw that was kind of impeding us from installing it. So here goes take 2. All right. Cool. All right. Now back to the first one again. that was where I needed you to step on it.
Want the light again on your hat?
Yes, please. Did I leave a bolt up there? Long one? Yeah. That's the one. Cool. It's probably going to be one of the longer videos that you guys get. I don't know if you guys like that or not. All 18 or so of you. Yeah, we're up to 18 subscribers. All right, leave those loose and head back to the other side. Yet again. So the one we had put on first was the brake res. So gotta go back with that one again. That was the longer one. And again here I'm gonna need you to press down on it. Struggling.
No.
No.
Okay. I'll put down this camera for a second. Nah. Finally got him in.
Took a little bit of working it. You want the camera? Or the light, I mean. It's gonna get these all nice and snug.
My boot print.
Damn. Ruining it. You're ruining it. That's about tight. Follow suit with all of them. That one was pretty tight already. These two are the ones that struggled the most. Let's see. What am I doing wrong? Oh, there we go. It was nice and tight. Make sure they don't go nowhere. Tighten the other side and clean her up, and she is good to go. Definitely a two-person job, just because of the quality of the product and it not bolting up perfectly. We did have to modify it. We'd have to drill out and file down only one of the holes, which is a plus, I guess, and that we're gonna have to do more. But yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. Gonna wipe her down and do a final overview on the bike. A little video clip for you guys, and that'll be that. All right, guys, we have our Sissy bar backrest installed, our engine crash guard installed, bike cleaned up a little bit, our tools kind of cleaned up and out of the way. This is what it looks like. I really like the look. Definitely adds a lot of protection for it. The Sissy bar looks really good, really makes the bike look mean. And I love how it's coming along with the red accents. That seat that I ordered is going to have red stitching on it. So that should be here in a few weeks. And then I'll do a quick video just showing how to install that. Pretty simple, just one bolt.
This crash bar was definitely a pain in the ass to install.
Definitely. You will be needing two people if you get Mokit Dora crash bar. I'm sure that one of the $600-700 Hogworks or whatever crash bars that are on the market will be much easier to install. That's the trade-off when you go with something a little bit cheaper. Overall, it looks great. Just it was a pain to install it, just because the bolts down here were kind of hard to line. We did have to drill out the last hole on this frame. Had to pull it off of the bike and drill that, open it up so it would line up, because there was no way we were going to line it up otherwise. Other than that, really happy with how the bike's coming along, how it's looking. Gonna have to get some money together to put an exhaust on it, make it a little louder, but I do not want it too annoyingly loud. So I'm gonna have to do some shopping and some research on that. Alright guys, and that's it for today's install video. Thanks for wrenching along. Do remember to like and subscribe for more builds and rides. And if you guys have any suggestions, anything you guys want to see on the bike, that sort of nature, anything with the channel, with the Ranger, do please leave comments. Let us know what you guys want to see. Let us know if you want to see more install vids like this, or if you guys liked it better like on the Ranger when I just went through and explained the technical aspects of it. And thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Surge Garage out.